Okay, Cora, we need to talk mano y mano. So if you guys have watched my video, which I'll have as an iCard up here, of how to make $50 per day by just asking questions, I was talking about the QUORA Partner Program. So what this partner program is a system where you go onto QUORA and then you can ask questions, and then what QUORA does is they show advertisements above your question or below it, just depending on what the site looks like at the time, and you get paid for every time someone sees an advertisement. It sounds great. It was really too good to be true. And at the time when I made this video, which was around September, I was earning up to $10 per day, and I was only asking 30 questions per day. And each and every day I was earning $10, sometimes more and sometimes less. And I even had a breakthrough question, which was like right up here. And that question is still earning me money every single day. But lately, you may have noticed that the earnings have gone down by a lot. So for example, in my case, as I was earning pretty much $10 per day for the most part, now, even when I do ask 30 questions a day, I now earn a whole whopping 30 cents a day. And it's not only me as well. I've seen many other people kind of complain and talk about how they're not earning as much as they used to over the summer in June and September. So in this video, I want to talk about the reasons of why the earnings have dropped so significantly and what you can do about it so that you can still earn lots of money with the QUORA Partner Program. Let's get started. So I realized I haven't made a QUORA Partner Program video in a long time, and if you subscribe for that reason, well, here's your video. And again, I really don't believe you should use QUORA Partner Program to make a full-time income or even like a side income for the most part. It should just be something that you can casually do to earn some money. Even like the top earners are only really earning $1,000 per month, while you could be making a lot more money doing something else like digital marketing, opening a dropshipping store, Amazon FBA. There's so many other opportunities, but still getting paid to ask questions is really nice, so there's a huge appeal towards the QUORA Partner Program. But of course, if you're already in the QUORA Partner Program, or if you want to start earning money in the QUORA Partner Program, you should be aware of these new factors that are into play that's causing a drastic loss of earnings in pretty much everyone's QUORA Partner Program account. So let me get started with the reasons. The first two reasons I'm going to list are definitely established, definitely known. And the third reason I'm going to tell you, which I think is the most important reason, is something that I think is happening. I haven't seen any proof of it, but it really makes sense when you boil things down. So let's get started with the reasons of why you're not earning as much money you used to with the QUORA Partner Program. So reason number one, you're not earning as much money is simply because there's just so many more people and there's so many more questions on the platform that it's harder for your question to go out there and earn its beautiful money. So think of it this way, each and every day, people are hopping on this QUORA Partner Program bandwagon and asking hundreds and hundreds of questions per day. And with more questions out there and more money that QUORA has to give out to all those people asking questions, the harder it is for your question to get a bigger piece of the pie. The fact that there's just more people out there in the QUORA Partner Program means that they're gonna ask questions that you may have thought of, but then as you're typing in the question, the QUORA Partner Program, you're gonna see that that question has already been asked, and even if you ask it in a slightly different way, the QUORA AI is super smart, so they're gonna just immediately merge those questions, and then a merged question is just useless because you're not gonna earn any money from that. So with more people coming onto the program and with more questions being asked every single day, how do you stand out so you can have breakthrough questions that earn you $70+ a day, $50+ per day, etc., etc. So to solve this, well, you simply just need to ask more unique, engaging, fun questions that people really want to know the answers to. So even with all these people and all these questions coming into play, there are still so many different questions you can ask. QUORA has over 400,000 topics you can ask questions about. You can definitely find a question, no matter how hard it is to come up with. You can find a question if you just put your mind to it. So just pretty much, even with more people coming on and more questions being asked, this is time for you to kick it into high gear and start asking more questions on the QUORA Partner Program and start adding more content. You can even answer your own questions on the QUORA Partner Program, and that's completely allowed because that's just more content. And the more content that there is, the more people stay on the site and the more people see the ads. which is pretty much how Quora wants to make its money. So the second reason of why you're not earning as much money in the Quora Partner Program is because that it's actually dropped a whole lot in ranking, meaning that not many people are using Quora as they used to. So 3 months ago, so this is when everything was good, everyone was earning like $10 a day, Quora was ranked 106 and when times were good. So that means a lot of people were going onto the site, a lot of people were seeing the ads that Quora was offering. But now, Quora is ranked globally 245th, I think. I'll have it on screen right now. This is bad. This is over 100 places in the amount of search traffic that it gets. Don't get me wrong. Being the 245th global site in the world is still pretty amazing. It's still pretty awesome. But that drop in that global search result, that significant drop means that Quora is not going to make as much money because not as many people are seeing the advertisements as they used to, which means they just plain and simply don't have as much money to give out to you as a person asking questions. So with this, the only real reasonable answer I see to avoid this problem is for Quora just to go out to the public and just say, hey, we are the website that you need to go to when you want your question answered. And another thing that I also feel does have an impact is the fact that Google is just answering a lot of these questions for these people. So for example, if you type in a simple question on Google, a lot of times the answer will just come up in like a white square box like that, and it's going to immediately give the answer. And some of these answers are from the Quora websites themselves, but people are just going to see that answer. They're going to see that little description box, and then they got their answer. They don't need to click on a link to go onto Quora to see that answer and to see that advertisement. So I think in this case, it's kind of tough to beat because Google just pretty much gives the person an instant answer. And if people get that instant answer, then why would they, okay, I got this answer, why would they still click on the link? Quora needs to go out there and just be like, hey, if you have a question, go to our website alone. Also, what you can do is ask questions that involve a little more detail. So for example, if you ask, okay, why is the sky blue? The simple answer is, which I'm pretty sure this is the answer, it's because the atmosphere reflects blue light, which is why is the sky blue. So I would ask a question, can someone scientifically explain why the sky is blue? So then some person is going to give a detailed answer about, oh, the molecules in the oxygen are absorbing light, etc., etc. And longer answers like this can't really fit into that Google description box type of thing. So the person actually has to click onto the Quora link and go on the Quora site, which is where they can see the advertisement and which is where you get paid. So try to ask questions that involve a little more of a deeper answer to answer for the most part. So ask questions that are not just one sentence answers, but maybe one paragraph answers. And again, you can ask that question and go on there and type in a 2-paragraph answer if you really want to, if you're really dedicated. Last reason why you're not earning as much money with the Quora Partner Program, and I don't have any data or statistics actually with this, but this answer just makes the most sense to me. And I feel I should just put it out there to maybe invigorate some discussion. And be sure to comment below if you agree with this idea as well, because it really does make sense in my eyes. And that's just because Quora just has less advertisers on it than what it used to be. So for example, when you think of digital marketing, you think of, okay, Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, maybe even Twitter ads for the most part, but you don't think of Quora ads for the most part, right? So what Quora needs to do is they need to go out there and do some advertising on their own and be like, hey, we are an advertising platform as well. Come to us and advertise on our website just like Google and just like Facebook does. They actually go out there and say advertise on our platforms. Quora needs to do the same exact thing. You need to brag about all their cool statistics, especially since they have 3 million active daily users. I think they have pretty much 400 million Quora accounts. And like they have millions and millions of daily users. They need to brag about that stuff because not many advertisers know about it. Everyone knows about Facebook ads and everyone knows how many billions of users on Facebook. Everyone knows about Google ads and the trillions of searches that are happening per month. Quora needs to brag about their user demographic and say, hey, the users are on Quora. They also need to bring up case studies of past advertisers who have advertised on Quora and made like a 2x, 3x, 4x ROI, return on investment, from their advertisement. With all this, and QUORA needs to go out there and show these people that, hey, you can advertise on our platform. Because plain and simple, when you think of digital marketing, you don't think of QUORA ads. So in this case, you can't really do anything about this, because unless you can encourage advertisers to come advertise onto QUORA, maybe you can even be the case studies. And all in all, QUORA needs to go out there and say, hey, we are the powerful platform that you can use to actually come and advertise on our platform. However, even though you're still not earning that much money, it is still possible to make $50+ a day asking questions on QUORA. I only have it just because I'm busy pursuing my own clients with digital marketing, and I have so much other stuff that I'm doing in my life right now that I just simply don't have the time to ask questions. But if you do, if you can spare an hour or two per day, go ahead and ask questions and use all the resources I have in my video about how to make $50+ a day asking questions on QUORA. And just one quick thing, the top users are actually still earning a lot of money on QUORA. People, the top earners of the QUORA Partner Program, are earning even more than what they used to back then in June and September, when I was earning a lot of money with the QUORA Partner Program. So you can still earn a good amount of income by doing the QUORA Partner Program. Just be sure you ask a lot of questions and be consistent. That's the only thing that you have to do. And you will earn a good amount of money. But again, this should not be a full-time income. This shouldn't even really be a side income. This should just be something that you do, like, when you have time, and earn some extra. So if you want a really good side hustle, I would click on the video up there where I teach you from A to Z, step by step, how to run Facebook ads for local businesses, so you can make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day just by running the Facebook ads for local businesses. There is no question about that. This is a good side hustle slash